What up, though? Welcome to World Heavyweights Live, WorldSports.com. I'm easy joined by Spimo Rex, Young Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, a.k.a. Microwave Nick.
Let's go.
Outside of the hot dog suit.
Where I will be the rest of my life, my whole entire time on Earth, I will be out of the suit, baby. Let's go.
We shall see. Kind of like an Italian mobster today.
That's what we were saying.
That's the word on the street. I'm going out to a nice dinner with my lady after the show, and I had a hat on earlier, so I had to switch it up.
Was it a top hat?
Basically.
Really? That's kind of dope.
No, it was just a regular hat, but I had bad hat hair.
You got the fit. You should have worn. I can't wait to get that age where I can start wearing random shit.
Yeah, it's.
I may do it now, I guess.
T-Foss does it now.
Yeah.
He's definitely at
he's at the age, yeah. Dude, there's a certain age where you could just start wearing random shit, saying random shit.
Yeah. Terry's there.
And harassing women.
All right.
Old guys, I mean, that's a thing.
Terry's he does two of those things.
Yeah.
But yeah,
he's at that age. And stop saying day and start saying D. Tuesday, yeah. On a Sunday.
Over there on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Terry does that too.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna be at the Michigan Hall of Fame tomorrow.
That's official.
Michigan Hall of Fame induction. Yeah.
Where is that?
It's at Motor City Casino.
Okay.
People being inducted to the Michigan Hall of Fame this year include Larry Foote, Jake Long.
Oh, dope.
Cecil Fielder.
What a fucking day to be there.
Ivan Pudge Rodriguez.
Get the fuck out of here.
Jim Harbaugh.
Are they all going to be there?
Harbaugh probably won't. I'm sure most of
their bye week was the week.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If they had a bye week this week, he'd probably be there. Our own Braylon Edwards.
Yes.
Going to be inducted, so that's going to be a lot of fun. So we're something with a collar on it.
What'd you say?
Dude,
do you share the screen?
bro, they're fucking chairs. This one's the broken one, but
I forgot to find the video for this, and I'll get it at some point in the show, but I guess Kirby Joseph ran to a fan. I don't know where it was at, a hotel or wherever it may have been, but he gave Kirby his new celly, his post-interception celly.
Yeah, it was in the hotel, it looked like. I saw the clip.
So was that in Dallas then, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Because he's got to have a spot here, right?
Yeah, I think it was like a nice hotel in Dallas, I'm assuming, where you just got lucky enough to be with the players at the hotel.
Yeah. And that kid was not shy at all. I feel like me as a child in that same situation, be bashful as hell. He was like showing Kirby all the cellies that hit.
Yeah, Saint was kind of clowning him a little bit. He was like, I don't know how this one will turn out.
I liked it. I didn't mind it. Here's the cellies I like. Actually, no, this is just the celly I like. Either just super, super, super over the top, like braggadocious, because it's that moment, like you're that guy. And you have to be like winning at that point, or it has to be like a game at that point. Don't do it if you're losing. Or I like the hilarious ones. Like the dance that Kirby did. I think they're going for hilarious, right? Or no?
I don't know if that one was going for funny. I think it was kind of like, kid told me to do it. I'm going to shout out this Detroit fan here. I don't know. I mean, my favorite thing that Kirby does, they talked about it in that clip. I know we're going to get into a couple of the things that they talked about, but it's when he celebrated after he got the pick in Minnesota already on field while he's still running down the sideline. He's tearing it up. Yeah, that's my kind of favorite celebration. You're doing it live. As soon as you get it, can't control your emotions. Just super fired up.
Low-key could have been a pick six, I feel like. Or at least
he could have got something out.
I think so. I mean, I guess he was pretty close to out of bounds on that one.
Yeah, I don't care. It was funny.
Yeah.
It was a good moment. Good Kirby lore. Kirby Joseph lore.
Now he's getting them so often, I don't even think he knows what to do. Like when he got in Dallas, he was just like, thank God for it.
Yeah, just dropped to the knees.
Wasn't prepared for that one, I guess.
Yeah, Kirby's a goat, dude.
Do you see what they're talking about Nick, what he's doing this week if he gets one? A little bit of skull.
Is he?
Yeah, but maybe change to a stole because he's picking it off, but.
Or a Zol.
Or Zol. Oh, yeah. That's his thing, the Z's.
Zerby.
Yeah,
see what I'm saying? Did he ever elaborate on why that's a thing?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Denzel Curry does it too.
The Z's?
Yeah.
Where's he from? Is he from Florida?
He's from Florida, yeah.
Okay, I think it's a Florida thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Florida boys.
Florida boys. I guess he's Haitian too. I didn't know Kirby's Haitian.
Oh, shit.
Fun facts, the more you know. I saw.
Who's he hating on?
Damn it! I meant to find this clip too. I'm gonna get to you, Chris. Who was he hating on?
Yeah.
Kirby?
Yeah, you said he's hating?
Haitian.
Oh. Oh, yeah, that makes more sense. I was like, who's he? Yeah, okay. I can definitely see that.
So a lot of you, I don't know about a lot of you, but if you guys pay attention to our show
Denzel Curry's
frequently.
Haitian too.
Is he?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a
So
Haitian
it could be a
Florida
Haitian thing. Because he's got a lyric that says, I ain't Jamaican, bitch, I'm Haitian.
And he does the Z stuff too?
So does Kodak. Kodak's also Haitian.
Ah.
Kodak be using the Z's too.
Yeah.
He was calling out Kodak. He loves Kodak.
Yeah, Kodak is Haitian as well.
So it's a Florida Haitian thing? A Haitian Florida thing?
I don't know. I got a tweet from the NFL, though.
What?
Not regarding a trade. Don't want to go crazy here. Brian Branch, NFC Defensive Player of the Week after putting up 1 forced fumble and 2 interceptions. They finally tweeted it out. Shout out B2 Bomber. A lot on him later.
Yeah, a lot on him later. And, yeah, that was, we saw that coming. He was insane. 3 turnovers forced by himself. That was very impressive. Obviously, the 2 interceptions. And he had the Peanut Tillman punch. So
That's what I love.
Yeah.
Just 'cause I think you don't see those two often, I guess. And if you're a guy that practices it, he's gonna turn in your favor every once in a while. And he's one that does. I saw Meek Robinson. He's kind of pissed off at himself. A tackle that he had. He didn't go for the punch. But Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph. We'll talk about it later. But it's a fucking blessing. And that's part of the reason why the Hutch stuff, yes, it fucking sucks. And it randomly hits me out the other day, this past week, because at random points in the day, I had to stop myself from getting sad about it. But Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph give me a lot of confidence as defense moving forward. I got one more thing for you, Spinny, though. Our boy, Ben the Bane Davis.
Yeah.
Fought my guy Oscar Willis.
Yes, he did.
BKFC. Dana White's a fan, and he watched. But check out what he watched it on.
Was it Stream East?
I'm not sure if you saw Oscar's fight, but he knocked his opponent down 4 times.
So yes, I did see it. I actually, after I talked to you guys that day, I moved my schedule around that morning so that I could watch it, and then they moved the fight, so it screwed my whole thing up. I won't tell you how I watched it, but I watched it. Yeah, he's a good kid. I'm happy for him. I mean, it was pure dominance. I mean, he dominated.
All right, relax. Chill on our guy, Ben. All right?
Yeah, relax on our guy, Ben.
Chill on our guy, Ben. Shout out to him.
I'm pretty sure Oscar, though, too.
Being a warrior, stepping in the ring like that.
Yes.
He's been training his ass off for it. So
He tick his ass.
yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
Shout out to Ben, dude. And yeah, Dana, fuck you. You're such a piece of shit for that.
For watching on stream?
Yeah,
Dude, bro,
what
what the fuck?
What an asshole, man.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not going to tell you
What kind of doctor?
what kind of site I watched it on. It was an illegal site.
Like, you are, making claims, putting people in jail and stuff like that. Meanwhile, you're doing the same shit.
Yeah.
The same shit.
Yeah, Dana's, and you're a billionaire, dude. Dana, you're a punk for that.
And if I'm being honest, too, I buy the fights when, like, it's a big one because the sites freeze.
Yeah,
the fights are big enough.
I normally buy the cards. Mustache will buy them, and we'll all shoot him a Venmo.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Shout out to my guy Scott. That's what we do, too.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dana White, watching that fight on Stream East, it was the most. I did not see that one coming.
Yeah, that's scummy.
Again, once more, shout out to Ben the Bane Davis. Shout out to Brian Branch. And then I don't know if you saw this. I didn't put it in the actual chat for Chris at all, but PFF did another 2021 redraft for the Trois Lions in that first round. 2 of them in the top 10.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Penny Sewell and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Ali McNeil made it back up there. And I got to check who was the 4th one.
Levi or Derek or
I think it might have been Derek.
yeah, who was it? Were there 4?
Or maybe it.
Yeah, 4 is aggressive. 4 in the first round.
Maybe I fucked up. Maybe it was only 3.
That must be a bad draft then. If Derek Barnes is no disrespect to Derek Barnes, but
I mean, I'll tell you what, I didn't agree with they still had Kyle Pitts going 15. Do you think he goes top 20 in a redraft, Kyle Pitts?
I'd have to see the class.
I'm not a Kyle Pitts guy, so I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. I was like, why would this? There's no way this guy would go top 15, top 20 again. He hasn't.
I mean, I know Zach Wilson's not going in that first round.
Yeah.
Think about all those other quarterbacks. Trey Lance.
Oh, yeah.
That was the
Yeah,
stack. It was
wow.
kind of a weird COVID draft. Sewell didn't play his senior
That
year.
was a stacked
Parsons didn't
draft,
play his
bro.
senior year. Yeah.
The
Or his junior year. I don't think Chase played his junior year.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a crazy draft at the top, but yeah.
You had
maybe it was
you had
weird.
what? Slater, Sewell, J.C. Horn, Surtain,
Yeah.
Waddle, Chase, Parsons, all of those guys
Smith.
all of those guys were in a row. It was like, dude, that was a great draft. Yeah, so if Derek Barnes, a first-round pick in that draft,
Yeah.
I don't know about all that.
Penny went 5 in that redraft.
5. Who's the top 5?
Ahead
Don't
of
tell
him,
me T-Law's still ahead of him. You guys remember you called me crazy for that one?
T-Law's
You guys
number
thought
1.
I was pandering?
T-Law's number 1 overall.
Still?
Trevor Lawrence is a
I'm
bum.
taking Sewell.
He's not a bum. He's a
I'm
stud.
taking Sewell.
Micah Parsons was number 2. Pat Surtain was number 3. Jamar Chase was number 4 over Penny Sewell again. This situation to the Falcons. And then Penny Sewell 5 to Cincinnati Bengals.
Penny Sewell should be number 3.
I kind
At
of agree.
least. At least number 3.
I agree. Is that wild?
No.
No?
He
Nick,
should,
you
he
making a
should be
face?
over Surtain and Jamar Chase.
I think he's the best player.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
But positional value-wise, I could see why you'd take.
But even positional value, he's supposed to be a left tackle.
Yeah, that's true.
Either way, Amon-Ra followed him at 6. 7 was Christian Darrisaw. That would have been the Detroit Lions. We obviously still went tackle, so that makes sense. How about, remember, Slater was supposed to be like a guy.
Yeah,
And he just, what happened? Like, he's not getting the love he used to get. People used to rank him over Penei, remember?
they did.
Jalen Waddle still making top 10 at number 8. Number 9, Rashawn Slater. 10, Devontae Smith, which is where he went. And yeah, at 15, New England Patriots.
Select Lee McNeil.
Oh, Christian Barrymore. Number 16 was Kyle Pitts, Arizona Cardinals. Over Aleem McNeil at 17.
Okay.
Then I'm looking for our 4th line. Kyle Pitts, does he go over Lee McNeil?
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
I wouldn't.
No?
Is that pandering? So
No, I
Liam
don't
just
think
got
so.
the bag.
$50 million.
He did.
$55 million guaranteed. We're
I know
going to talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
Nick Bolton at 26.
Nick Bolton's a damn good player.
Yeah, he is. There was only 3 Detroit Lions,
Yeah, that makes more sense.
so I was mistaken. Had Iffy been healthy, though, I could see him making this list. Getting some snaps. I don't know why you hate on Iffy. I don't
I
get
don't
it.
hate on Iffy, but
Yeah, I think you're asleep then, for sure.
I mean, he's not playing.
I mean, there's definitely some health stuff going on. Yeah, I think he's got tendonitis. Isn't that what it was?
I just didn't
the
like
game?
that people were saying he's better than Kirby Joseph.
Yeah, but I mean, that's like the golf effect for me. Like I can say golf is good, but you guys start creeping into those top 5 and top 3.
He should be playing
and top
over Kirby
one.
Joseph. No, he shouldn't.
Yeah. And then you're not really a hater. You're just like a fucking, like, you got to point out stuff
Yes.
that diminishes them a little bit.
Which feels bad because I like Iffy. I want
love
Iffy to
Iffy.
do well.
Yeah.
But he's not better than Kirby.
When you think about 2022 real quick as well, you got Hutch, Curb, J-Mo, like all 3 of those guys are going top,
Yep.
first rounders.
Yeah, do you think JMO still hits? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude, right
At
now,
least the
especially
back
the
end.
way...
He's at his
Bro,
highest
right
right
now
now.
is
He's
insane.
Yeah.
Yes.
Number 1 in the league, and I think 25-yard touchdowns. 3, I think he leads the league in 50-yard receptions. He is on a tear this
He
year.
is insane. He is exactly what I thought he was going to be. I was the only one who had the balls on here to say he'd be over 1,000 yards receiving.
I said it before the start of the season.
You said 1,000 all purpose. You did not say 1,000 receiving. Because when I said it, all you guys were like, "Oh no!"
He's currently leading the
He's
Detroit Lions.
the wide receiver 1 on this team, and it's fun to watch because the first 2 games, you kind of felt like they were forcing it to him a little bit. Now it's coming in the flow of the offense. It's explosive. You're getting the ball in his hands. We saw the route breakdown that they put on the graphic of compare his fly, go routes compared to last year,
Yeah.
and how it's like 20%
So much
down.
more difference,
And
yeah.
he's got a lot of more in breaking routes, a lot more deep posts rather than just straight go routes. So they're not really forcing it to him. They found his role in the offense, and
Yeah.
it's the best, most explosive weapon on the team, being the most explosive weapon on the team. The guy is playing lights out. Every time he touches the ball, you think he could go for a touchdown.
It's fucking insane.
Yeah, it's like Neil said it when he first started playing. Like when you clench when he gets the ball. Oh shit! Like you get like on the front of your seat a little bit when he gets the ball. 'Cause, like it's like that meme from The Incredibles. Like, what are you waiting for, Ken? I don't know. Something incredible or something amazing, I guess.
That'd be put that in like TikTok at it.
Yeah,
That's the point where he's at too. Is like I'm seeing like national media outlets post the not Kirby. I'm sorry, but Jameson Williams highlights. It's just crazy to know like where he started and like where that conversation was going to now this where he's like becoming like one of the guys. Like Not just for the Detroit Lions, but like in the National Football League.
Yeah, he's one of the most exciting players in football.
Remember, I'll never forget it. And we were in Studio B, you and I think we were Scott or whoever it was. But we were talking about the ACL injury, how it sucked, and I said if he falls this second round, I'll come myself. And we ended up getting him.
We got him anyways. He would have been the wide receiver. Like he would have been the first wide receiver off the board easily
had he been healthy.
If he'd been healthy, because they would have won the national championship.
Yeah,
and he probably would have been like the MVP of that game or whatever they call it.
That's what I was kind of relaying my point to before the season started, that he was going to be that first wide receiver taken. And if you need to win one game right now, I don't give a shit what you did in your first 2 years. Are you taking Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, or Jameson Williams? One game, you got to win. Are you putting that dynamic guy in J-Mo on that?
Right now, I'm taking J-Mo. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, Garrett Wilson's damn good. Chris Olave is kind of getting hoed by his...
Yeah, I don't know if there's any wrong answer with that question. I mean, I'd probably put Olave third. But if you bounce back between Garrett Wilson and J-Mo, I don't have an issue with it.
Yeah. I wouldn't be mad if you picked either one, but I'm going J-Mo because you give that dude the ball.
It's insane,
and
bro.
anytime he touches the ball, he could be scoring a touchdown.
What do you have, like 390 yards? He's first on our team.
Yeah.
He only has 19 receptions. Amon-Ra has like 30-something.
Yeah.
And he's behind J-Mo.
Averaging more receiving yards a game than Wilson.
Yes.
Crazy stuff. We got a big show for you guys.
Wilson leads the NFL in catches, I think, or he's second.
Speaking of Brad Holmes' draft picks, Aleem McNeil got the bag last night. We're going to touch on that as well as the Hassan Reddick news. We did not forget about it. We will speak on that. But first, let me tell you guys about Mark White. Whether you're buying or selling a home, Mark White has got you right. Hit him up. Give him a call. It's very simple. 248-290-8242. Visit markwhitesells.com. That's 248-290-8242. Visit markwhitesells.com.
And let me tell you about Caesars Sportsbook. It's the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports, and your first bet up to $1,000 could be a free bet. You'll get your money back if it doesn't hit. All you got to do is scan that QR code right there. Enter code word Woodward 1000 and up to $1,000, minimum bet of $25 will be a free bet if it doesn't cash. So make sure you go to Caesars Sportsbook for all the best lines. Caesars Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
To prove that you can get just as strong at Planet Fitness, we're seeing if people can tell the difference between our 75-pound dumbbell and a 75-pound dumbbell from an overpriced competitor gym. Okay, the old flick test, that never fails.
There's literally no difference.
Plus, you can save $28 or more when you join today. Wow.
Why would I pay more to lift the same weights?
It's the Planet Fitness Strong Choice Sale. Save $28 or more. Join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. Planet Fitness. Light price, strong choice.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports. Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday during Big D Energy and Thursdays during Ermanni and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit MichiganSportsAndSpine.com or call 248-426-9944.
Buongiorno, welcome back to World Heavyweights Live on WorldSports.com. I'm Easy, joined by Spent Morex.
How you doing?
We got young Chris and Nicholas Kohloff, a.k.a. Nicholas. What's an Italian name for him? Today. Nicky. Little Nicky.
Uncle Nicky.
Uncle Nicky.
Slapped on movie, Little Nicky. No, I'm just
Little Nicky sucks.
Oh, get him.
Oh, okay, it's not that bad.
Get him.
Little
I'm
Nicky,
kidding. I
Little
saw
Nicky
that in
is
some
the worst
podcast.
Adam
I was
Sandler
like,
movie other than like Jack and Jill.
It's not that bad. Wait, Jack and Jill's horrendous.
That's what I'm saying. Like prime Adam Sandler, Little Nicky is the worst.
Okay, that's fair.
Football.
No, fuck that. I want to get to the tits on the head. I'll never forget. That was a nice pair.
Dude, Little Nicky sucked.
Man was a rock. That's the part that made it bad.
It's a terrible movie, dude.
Yeah. Whatever.
Aleem, the dream.
Let's start it off, Nick.
Instant reactions, boys. The heavyweight
Yes, sir.
of this defensive line. The guy we talked about all off season long got the bag from Brad Holmes. What were your guys' instant reactions to that deal and the money that was given up by Brad Holmes and this team?
When I first saw it, I was like, damn. Because he is, now he's the fourth, or he is tied, or he's one of the top 5 highest paid defensive tackles. I don't know exactly where. I think he's fourth.
I think he's fourth.
But you look at the guaranteed part of it. It's only $55 million guaranteed, so he's definitely got some incentives to make up a lot of that money. Obviously, Brad Holmes and Mike Disner did some wizardry in that contract to make it work with the cap and to give the Lions the best chance to maybe get out of it or something like that at the end if things aren't working. But I was happy. Aleem McNeill, obviously he's our guy. He's shown the past 8 games that he's played that he's taken that next step when it comes to pass rushing. So hopefully he can stay healthy all year. He's going to be a big part of this team on this Super Bowl run. And I'm happy for him. I'm happy for the team. All the boys were posting him yesterday, and Kirby asked him if he could hold $50,000.
I saw that.
It's great for Aleem. It's great for the team, and this is something that we expected to happen because there were reports, before the season started that they were already engaged in contract talks, and they were getting pretty far along with these contract talks. So, I'm not mad at that at all. I thought it's a good contract. Like I said, it looks like a lot now, but as the cap continues to go up, and when you look at the guaranteed money, it's not anything too crazy.
Yeah, I looked up today. Out of 187 snaps, Aleem McNeill ranks 6th according to PFF in pass rush grades, or actually just defensive tackle grades. He ranked 4th in sacks, tied for 6th in hurries, and tied for 3rd in just batting balls down. Remember he had the Seattle one? Mm-hmm. On top of that, too, I saw a lot of people tripping over the money, but this is a kid that I think has shown you at times that he's worth it. Mm-hmm. He's had moments where he's taken over games. And to not pay him top-tier money and get him at a little bit of a discount at that point, at that position, that's a W in my mind. Nick, you and I have been talking about this since the offseason. We wanted to get it done before this season because we expected him to have a Justin Madubuike type year. He's had 3 sacks already. It could be that Justin Madubuike type year. I'm not talking about double digits, but I can see him getting 8. Maybe 10.
Yeah.
I mean, that was probably more realistic when Hutch was here, but I think he's worth it. You saw him take over in that Giants game last year, helped shut down Saquon Barkley,
he was insane in that game.
Yeah, he was amazing in that game. He took over that game. You saw him do the same thing against the Raiders. Granted, 2 kind of shittier teams, but just not everybody's doing that.
Yeah.
And if you have a guy that's doing that, he's worth keeping around. He's worth paying this type of money. And this type of money is not top tier money, which if he considered that ascent this season, he would have been worth $29, $30 million.
Yeah.
So got him at a little bit of a discount.
That interior pass rush fucks with the quarterback way more than edge rushers do. If you get them off their spot to where they can't step into a throw or they got to back up, and then that makes it easier for your edge rushers to get there. So having him and DJ Reader locked down here for now a couple years at least is extremely important for that interior defensive line. And, I'm happy with Aleem. The only guys getting paid more than him on the defensive line now are Justin Madubuike, Chris Jones, and I was just looking at it.
Is it Wilkins?
Yeah, and Christian Wilkins. So this is a guy, and now it's time for Aleem to, produce to what we expect him to what he was last year before the injury. So if he can stay healthy, he is a double-digit sack guy, and I expect that out of him. So
with or without Hutch?
With or without Hutch.
Wow.
And so having him going forward is good. They're doing what they said they do. They draft quality players. Mm-hmm. If you produce for them, you get rewarded and you get a bag, and that's what they're doing. Next up is Aidan Hutchinson and Kirby Joseph. So I was happy to see him get locked down.
Yeah, just real quick, one more thing on Aleem that I actually just totally brain farted on. So Nick, I'm going right back to you.
Yeah, no worries. The reason I knew that Christian Wilkins was that last guy is because the Dolphins couldn't afford to pay him because they never got that contract extension done.
Yeah.
So the Las Vegas Raiders were able to take advantage of the open market and bring Wilkins in. Obviously, it's not working right now, but Wilkins had his best season when he was 28. Aleem is 24 years old still.
Yeah.
He came into the league young. He's in his 4th year now, so it's like
Supremely
this is
athletic.
the guy. It's supremely athletic. Yeah, moves extremely well. The thing that I want to see Aleem be is just a little bit more consistent when it comes to beating some of those interior guards when he gets them one-on-one. Because he has the ability to do so. And I feel like some games, you really see him go on a tear and take over the game. But some games, he can kind of get lost in the sauce a little bit. So I want to see him stay on that interior, upper echelon interior guy that you just paid him to be all season, where I know it's so hard to do. Not everybody has Hutch's motor, but I want to see him now that he's getting paid like that guy that can have 10, 11 sacks in a season from the interior because it's so big to add to a defense.
Yeah.
I think he can do that, man. I think on a consistent level, give you 8 sacks a year. And maybe even more, those one-off years, he's going a little bit above that. I think you saw it just in that Cowboys game. That's what I was going to say beforehand. It's just he had a one-on-one with Zach Martin.
He was working Zach Martin.
And Zach Martin's one of the better offensive guards in the National Football League.
Yes.
He beat him twice for a sack on Dak Prescott.
He was working Zach Martin.
He was working him. Zach Martin. Think about how many offensive guards are in the league. There's 2 per team. How many of those guys do you know by name?
5.
Zach Martin's one of them.
Yeah.
Because he's fucking good. And Aleem McNeil dominated him last Sunday. He's that level of guy. I really wish that he had Aidan Hutchinson next to him, but now we truly get to see what kind of beast can he become, or how much of that was him getting helped out by DJ Reader and Hutch, or I think now's a true test without Hutch until we get that replacement. We'll be talking about a little bit later as well.
Oh yeah, there's going to be a lot more pressure on him. There's going to be a lot more pressure on every single member of that defensive line to
but
produce
Dan
more.
Campbell has called him out by name multiple times.
Dan Campbell said
Aleem McNeil.
Yeah, you're getting paid to be the big dog. You are the second best pass rusher on the team. You got to go out there and be that big dog. So we'll see.
How do you guys think he responds without Hutch now when it comes down to it? Because he's going to be looked upon as the elite pass rusher on this team, even though it's coming from the interior now.
He's going to see more double teams for sure. Without Aidan Hutchinson out there, they're going to be focusing on stopping him in the pass rush. So he's going to need to work by that, or just try to create as much havoc as possible to free up guys on the other sides of you.
Yeah, I honestly think he can step up to the plate and perform. Obviously, he's not going to be you're never going to fulfill the shoes of Aidan Hutchinson. You're just not, especially on the trajectory that he was on this season. However, I just do think Aleem McNeil could still be that disruptor, and he has been this year. I think we saw in the Dallas Cowboys game, and you could talk about that Dallas defense being banged up a little bit, but the offense, that wasn't the case. They still had majority of those guys. The only guy they were missing was Brandon Cooks, and Tolbert stepped up and played very well against a good Steelers defense too. I think Aleem will answer the bell, and I think having a guy like DJ Reader alongside him is really going to help out with that too. That's the huge plus in this, and that's why he was such a huge signing, is he was supposed to open things up for so many of those guys. And to a point, he kind of was for Hutch, because Hutch was having his best season by far. I think Aleem McNeil is going to project to have his best season as well. I'm not concerned about it. I think he responds, and I think the Hutch situation, I hate even talking about it, but
yeah, it sucks.
It's going to force him to take the next step, whether the money was going to affect that or not. The competitor in him was, and he wasn't a guy. I mean, look at the Hassan Reddick stuff, and obviously holdouts across the league. This was his contract year. He didn't do any of that. He didn't even care to talk about the contract.
No, he didn't want to talk about it.
My agent's going to handle that,
yeah,
and I'm here to play football.
He showed up. He didn't miss any training camp or anything like that. And like we said, I saw that idiot Brandon Katz being like, the Lions panicked when they lost Hutchinson. No, this was going to get done regardless. Like we said, at the beginning of the year, they were saying, yeah, we're in contract talks with him. We're making it happen. It's only a matter of time before we get it done. So,
and a big question is how do you show up in the playoffs? He had a sack in the NFC Championship game. That's the kind of guy that I want on my team. You got to show up when it matters the most, especially when it comes to getting to the quarterback. That's what we talked about over and over and over again. I feel like a broken record when it talks about elite defensive line play in the playoffs. When the quarterbacks get better, you need it. Aleem, time for you to step up to the plate, and I believe he will.
I do too.
Yeah, he was all over Matthew Stafford in that playoff game against the Rams. And then I believe the sack came against the 49ers, didn't it? Yeah, he was. And still, another thing too, he's smart enough to, if he's not going to get sacks, at times you've caught him putting his hands up just to disrupt throwing lanes too.
Yeah.
Which you always love, and it creates opportunities for other guys too. But next up, this is actually an exciting thing to talk about.
This is an exciting thing.
It is exciting thing to talk about. It's out there. Brad Holmes been on the phone with certain somebody about acquiring a certain somebody. We'll talk about that when we get back. But first, tell us about the pregame show.
The pregame show. Make sure you wake up with Woodward and Maine every Sunday, 8 to 9 a.m. with insights from Detroit sports media legend Terry Foster and rising star Matthew Broder. And after that, make sure you guys check out the New Holland Brewing Company Lions pregame show. It's with Neil Rule and Sean Belegian every Sunday, 10 a.m. to noon on Woodward Sports. And for home games, it's live at Second Best Bar in Detroit. Brought to you by Tangerine Space Machine, Taller your local long drink, Sabbath Coffee, Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, and Les Stanford Chevrolet.
And let me tell you about New Holland Brewing Company. New Holland Brewing Company and the Taller Long Drink. It's the best drink you can get. It's the gin cocktail made with locally sourced grapefruit puree. So make sure you get it while you can. New Holland Brewing Company and Taller Long Drink. It's the best drink of the game.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit feldmanauto.com to find the location nearest you. And catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
All right, so this one, I feel like, at least in this show, we're pretty good at dissecting these press conferences.
Yeah. Reading between the lines.
Yeah, I think we've been that.
It's
Interesting. I think we fucking called this offseason beautifully. Even the draft to a certain point, at least the very first round. Today, I don't know, Spinny. Like, we played the clip yesterday of Dan Campbell saying that he's looking for like rotation guys,
role player guys, or maybe just two of them, right? And then today, I have a long clip I could have sent, but I also sent a shorter one that felt like more detailed, more interesting to me, honestly. Interesting. Today, it sounds like they're on the phone trying to get people. Yeah. This is Dan Campbell today, and then there's also news breaking from. Who was his name? Fowler? Jeremy Fowler of ESPN. But this is Dan Campbell during his press conference today.
You guys. Yeah, well, I don't want to say that it's more about that. I think it's about, man, we're doing your homework. You know, you're digging through things, not just what's on the tape, but what else is out there that you don't quite know about, you know, and you check on somebody and it's like, well, you know, I may be open to it, but you got 24 hours okay, something's going on, you know. So, look, Brad's on it. He's looking at everything. Nothing's off the table. But we're not in a hurry. We're not in a hurry.
There's multiple things in it to break down. The first... First, actually, most exciting piece, nothing's off the table.
Nothing's off the table, folks.
And in that presser, when he was asked those questions, he was asked specifically about a high-end edge rusher. And that's how that question came about. I'll send a long one, actually, during the break while you're talking. But the other part is somebody told them they had 24 hours to make the decision. Who was that about?
24 hours to make the decision.
And then he kind of called him out there, too, like, something's kind of up with that.
Yeah. Wait, the person...
Right?
The team told the Lions they have 24 hours to make the decision?
Either the team and or if it's the person that was reportedly contacted today, which was Hassan Reddick. Maybe it could have been him, too.
Yeah, there was reports that the Lions reached out to the New York Jets about edge rusher.
When you're a Jet,
outside
you're a Jet.
linebacker Hassan Reddick. So we'll see what happens there. But sounds like they're making calls. Sounds like they're – and Hassan Reddick can be seen as a role player, I guess, because he is not a complete edge by any reason. He is not a complete defensive end. He's just strictly an outside linebacker that's going to get after the quarterback. And we know they're not too favorable about guys like that, but if they're calling for him, who else are they calling for? That's what I want to know. Are they calling Las Vegas? Are they calling Cleveland? What are these some guys that we can get? Because he's literally said nothing's off the table, and that means Max Crosby is on the table.
Whoa!
That's what it means.
You're going there.
I mean, yeah, that's what it means. He said nothing's off the table.
Oh, it's
Max Crosby is a part of that, so obviously, again, that's a long shot that I could only dream of, but I like that. I like that. It's better than Dan Campbell coming up here and saying, no, we're just going to go with the guys we got, or we trust our dudes. We're comfortable with our locker room. They know. This is Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes showing they know. They know they need to address that. They know they need to replace some of the production that Aidan Hutchinson was giving you, or they wouldn't be on the phone calling other teams asking for high-level pass rushers like Hassan Reddick. That proves to you that they are serious about winning a Super Bowl. That proves to you that they know that they need to replace some of that production with Aidan Hutchinson, or they don't think they have what it takes to get it done. And I agree with them. You need to do that. Like I said, you need to at least bring in a guy that's going to get you 10 sacks, at the very least. That's what I need. You need a guy at the end of the year on this team who's got double-digit sacks, who is not on the team right now. And there are some names out there.
They're actively looking for somebody. So for those of you, I'm not going to tell you that you're a dick or anything like that, but like for those of you who said, oh, it's not going to happen, we're fine how it is, well, you guys just don't trust them. They're actively looking for somebody right now, and he's openly talking about it. You guys can suck that dick. I told you
that shit was
so.
You guys don't trust the team. You don't trust the coaching staff. Well, they don't either then, apparently.
Yeah, you just don't know fucking ball, brother. This scheme, as we said yesterday, is a man coverage scheme. You know what areas a man coverage scheme is pass rush. One thing that makes me think that Hassan Reddick stuff is supremely on the table, and it's weird because in one sense, Brad does not pay people outside this organization that he hasn't drafted or has previous relationships with these coaches. That doesn't happen. That's not the thing with Hassan Reddick. That's not a situation there. But at the same time, he's probably the most affordable guy because of the stalemate he's having with the Jets right now, and they need to recuperate their losses before the end of the season.
And here's Dr. Mario on the Woodward Sports Channel.
Dr. Mario.
Here we go again. The sky is falling.
If you don't think that losing both of your starting edge rushers from a team trying to make the Super Bowl is important, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know how I could convince you more that losing both starting edge rushers from a team that's trying to win the Super Bowl is pretty important to the chances of that team winning the Super Bowl. The three most important positions in football are quarterback, a guy to protect the quarterback, and a guy to kill the quarterback. Mm-hmm. So when you lost both your guys that you expected to kill the quarterback in a year, we're trying to win the Super Bowl, you might want to do something to fix that. But
you stop being so negative. You trust the guys you have.
You guys sound like pussies.
Which it's not even that though. Like they're openly talking about acquiring somebody. And Chris, did you download those pictures I sent?
I did.
T-Mac says Davenport wasn't really a starter. Yes, he was.
He was
started every game he played.
Yeah, that's not.
So he was signed, and during camp was given the role of starting defensive end opposite Aidan Hutchinson.
I already know this is going to take over multiple segments, and I'm here for it. But just on the front of like the reason why they're looking for somebody, on top of just the schematics in itself, real quick, Chris, I don't know what order you did them in. You could just throw any of them up. But yesterday, I spoke on how I felt on acquiring someone. After the show, I did a little bit more homework, and I sent you the same tweet too.
Yeah.
Look at the most recent Super Bowl champions in the modern era. Every single one of those teams had a demon tier pass rushing tandem or just a fucking stud.
Yes.
And examples for you guys to refresh your memories a little bit. Just as recently as last year. Actually, the team is dominating the NFL right now. Chris Jones.
Won a couple of them things.
On top of it, Carl Loftus, Frank Clark we talked about. Mm-hmm. Give me another team. They got 3 Super Bowls, by the way. Chris Jones had 3 Super Bowl rings on his finger.
Yeah.
I think before that one, I sent in. You put whatever one up. I can go off them.
Yeah.
Buccaneers. And I see a picture of this one's New York Giants. So that's going back. Spinning kind of the point that he made. 3 most important positions: a quarterback, you got to protect the quarterback, and you got to kill the quarterback. Justin Tuck, Jason Pierre-Paul, Michael Strahan, Chris Canty. These guys gave Tom Brady hell. They ruined a team that went 17-0.
Ew.
Those are the guys that took him out. Trey Flowers. Trey Flowers. Chandler Jones. You don't got any shit. Keep them going. A demon pass rushing tier is what you need to win a Super Bowl. It helps you. At least.
Yes.
That's a common characteristic of every single Super Bowl champion in the last 10 years.
Yeah, if you don't get to the quarterback, you're not going to win a lot of games in the NFL.
And then guess what Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell are doing right now?
Trying to find someone.
They're trying to find someone.
And that's, where was it? I'm Salty in the Woodward Sports chat. Shout out. He said, trust in Brad Holmes. Look what he built us, in all caps. I think he's being a little, joking a little while. And I do trust Brad Holmes.
Yeah.
I trust Brad Holmes to go get an edge rusher to bring to this team. I trust Brad Holmes to go get a guy to improve your defensive pass rush. And that's, by all accounts, he picked up the phone and started dialing. These guys are making calls. They're looking. They're like Dan Campbell said, nothing is off the table. So expect somebody. And like I said, even I said, Max Crosby, Myles Garrett, those are pipe dreams. Those are best case scenarios. But they're both realistic. It's not like it's like trade for Tom Brady in his prime kind of thing. They're realistic in situations where it could happen. But Zadarius Smith, Trey Hendrickson, different guys like that, I could very well see happening. They're bringing in somebody. Like I said, the leading pass rusher on this team this year isn't on this team yet.
Yeah.
And I wholeheartedly believe that. The guy who leads this team in sacks is not on the roster right now.
Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware.
Oh, God, that team is so scary.
Terrell Suggs.
Yeah.
Jason Pierre-Paul.
Alden Smith.
Go back 10 years. Alden Smith. That's even getting there. They didn't cash one in, but they still got there.
Yeah.
It matters, guys. It's a common characteristic of every single Super Bowl champion going back to forever. But, Nick, do you have something real quick before we went to break?
Yeah, one of those guys that we just talked about, obviously Hassan Reddick, 50.5 sacks over the last 5 years. But if he does get moved, it would be his 5th team within those 5 years. Does that concern you at all, fellas?
Really?
What'd you say?
If he gets moved, that would be his 5th team within the last 5 years.
Hassan Reddick?
And he has 50.5 sacks. Would that be concerning to you guys at all?
He's a gun for hire.
Yeah.
He's a mercenary.
Yeah, that's what he is. If they feel like he's a fit for this team and they feel like he'll play, I love it because I've seen what he can do on the biggest stage. I've seen what he can do in the playoffs, in the Super Bowl, affecting games, getting sacks, making things happen.
And if I'm being honest, Nick, that just proves he works in almost any system.
Yes.
That's a guy that's fucking plug and play.
Mm-hmm.
The people that commented the character stuff, obviously they don't give a shit if they made contact with Drew Rosenhaus and had a conversation.
Imagine what we saw last week after Aidan Hutchinson went out. But instead of Trevor Nowoski rushing the passer from that Sam spot, it's Hassan Reddick.
Well, dude, even going back to the clip we played yesterday, if you catch the tail end of it, he's talking about guys that could drop back into coverage or rush the quarterback. That's what Hassan Reddick.
Yes.
That's what he does.
He plays Sam. He would play the Sam on this team. And you could have Pascal and Levi out there with Hassan Reddick. So we'll see. We'll see. Again, they're getting somebody for sure. Like I said, the player that will lead the Detroit Lions in sacks this season isn't on the roster yet.
And if it's somebody that's under contract, I'm talking about for more than just a year, and then you get to
bring Aidan back,
that guy in Hutch. How do you not get yourself excited
Good
about that?
Lordy Wardy.
We're going to talk about it. We got to go to break, though. We got to pay some bills.
Kenny Powers, real quick before we go to break. Kenny Powers in the Woodward Sports Chat. Big fan of your work, Kenny. He says, 5th injury on the defensive line, 3 out of the year, and 2 were starters. It's not hard to see why we need to bring someone in.
Yeah.
100%.
We wanted somebody when Davenport went down.
Someone knows about winning. It's Kenny Powers.
That's
tell us about Swiss.
Swiss Insurance, guys. Detroit Lions is working on their insurance. You should work on your insurance, too. But help my guy Mark do so. 313-530-1698. Make sure rates are climbing up on you, and make sure deductibles aren't doing the same. It's Mark at SwissINS.com.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go!
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
1800 Tequila is your proud partner of the Detroit Lions and the sponsor of Woodward Sports Lions Watch Parties. You can check them live at Hayes Social. Make sure to get some 1800 Tequila, the smoothest tequila in the game. Please drink responsibly.
I don't know if I changed my tune, and I certainly didn't mean it to sound like that. I'm sorry, I got something in my shoe here. I didn't mean it to sound like that. I think what it means more. Look, Brad knows the ins and outs of what it would take to acquire somebody. I don't know all of those, but I know enough to know that if it's somebody that is highly productive. They're 6'6", 285 pounds, run a 4.4 and 35-inch arms. Those guys don't just fall off trees. You're going to have to, do you want to trade Hutch for that guy? Or do and so you're some of it is, it's certainly trade value. It's also contract, right? What is that contract? Does that have a bearing on our future and who we're trying to get signed moving forward? Speaking of that, fired up for Mac, man, he earned that. He's a pivotal piece here for us, and he's one of our pillars here. No different than these guys that we've signed back. So we're fired up for him. He's playing at a high level, and he's going to have to continue. But so I didn't want to feel that way. Look, we're open to anything. Brad's working through it. We are not going to be in a hurry. Brad would tell you, man, he's doing his homework. The crew's doing their homework. They're looking at everything, but we're not going to just make a move to make it. It's got to be right. It's got to be the right guy, and the pieces have to fall in place.
Like you said earlier, Easy, Dan Campbell's been here a couple years now. We've seen a lot of these interviews. We've learned to speak Campbellese, and this is the first time we've seen him kind of uncomfortable at the mic. He's like, I don't want to say uncomfortable, but he's not definitively driving home one known fact or what he's talking about. So it sounds like they're making a move that they haven't before, that he doesn't know how to navigate these waters as a head coach yet because it hasn't presented itself. And that would be a big trade in the middle of the season to bring a guy to your team. That's something we haven't seen happen. That's something Brad Holmes hasn't done. So he's done it in the offseason, but he hasn't done it in the middle of the season other than Trinity Benson or Donovan Peoples-Jones or whoever you want to say. I'm leaning more and more towards, they're doing it for sure. And it's going to be someone of serious note because Dan Campbell even seems a little unsure of what to say about it.
Uncharted waters is definitely where they're out. That's where they're floating towards right now. And that's what, I love it. The reason why they're doing that outside of their character, well, one, obviously you had a situation happen that you just didn't expect to happen to one of your best players. But two, that window for the Super Bowl is this year. The moves they made for leading up to this season were their version of all in. But again, in an emergency situation, I see they're breaking the glass, doing stuff they're not, comfortable with or stuff they haven't done before because they understand that this year is the year to cash it in. It just is. And if you get the right piece, as we said before the break, next year Aidan Hutchinson comes back healthy, maybe you can cash in even another one. But as of now, yes, they're going to acquire somebody. He's actively telling you guys, not actively, I mixed it up. He's telling you guys that they're actively shopping right now.
Yeah.
But they're looking for the right price. It's definitely something they want to be comfortable with, and the teams know they're up against it. And that's why they're being patient about it. They also have yet to see this team without Hutch. And I think that's a piece of it too. And I think Sunday is a perfect type of test you want. Give me a good team.
Very good
because
team.
Guess what's happening in the playoffs? You're going to face good teams.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they want to see how this is a maneuver around, how they can move around playing this game without Hutch, who's going to step up in the absence of him, and to see what they want to grab. Do they want to grab a Sonreg type guy? Do they want to grab and I'm just putting this out there. I'll just say A tier. I don't want to put a name on it. Myles Garrett. They want to grab Myles Garrett type guy.
I would.
Darius. Oh my God. Because again, him and Hutch the following season would be fucking. They'd be disgusting.
Not only would it just further the Lions Super Bowl this year verdict if you get a Max Crosby or a Myles Garrett, you would be the overwhelming Super Bowl favorites next season. You would have the best defensive line in the past 20 years in the NFL with Aidan Hutchinson, DJ Reader, Aleem McNeil, and Myles Garrett or Max Crosby. It would be insane.
And I would be willing to bet anybody in the chat right now that if the move doesn't take place, there is no Super Bowl. I'm just willing to say.
If they don't bring in anybody, I said no yesterday when we did, or the other day when we did the whiteboards. You got to replace that production. You're not going to replace it all in one place unless you get a Max Crosby or Myles Garrett. But you got, like I said, you got to bring in at least a double-digit sack guy. You have to. Right now on your team, you have maybe one. You can't win a Super Bowl with maybe one guy in double-digit sacks. You can't.
I think the way you handle this is if you can't get out that A-tier guy, which he openly admitted it's kind of hard to get, and you got to, sell the farm and do it at times. But if you're not comfortable with doing that, then get me a couple of Zadarius Smith types.
Yes.
Former
I would be very happy with Zadarius Smith.
Because even looking at the situation they did in Tampa is like, not all those guys were in their prime, but they were definitely all demons at one point in their careers. Talking about the Jason Pierre-Paul, the Dominican Sue, but they came in droves. Mm-hmm. Give yourself that.
The rotational pieces is extremely important. Yeah. I would love it. If they grab Zadarius Smith, I would be extremely happy.
Khalil Mack, I think we should 313 is talking about. I'd be open to that. I mean, that's probably, again, another guy they're putting in droves. Von Miller ain't the same.
Von Miller's cooked.
I don't see that being a one unless I don't know. Maybe they're doing it in droves, but I think he's getting paid too much to make the acquisition. Dan Campbell straight up told you what it was. They're looking at the contract and they're looking at what they got to give up to get him.
Yeah, and there's going to be you got to weigh that. Is it worth it? Like you said, he said about trading Hutch. You're not going to trade Hutch. Nobody's trading Hutch. He just meant like you're not getting rid of core pieces, like you said, the pillars. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to. Like, these teams don't need a core pillar from you. They need more draft capital. When you look at the Raiders and the Browns, they're teams that are lacking top end talent all over their team, except for the Browns on defense. They have two pieces that they could trade this year to get first round picks for, in Denzel Ward and Myles Garrett. And I feel like if they don't, that's bad on them.
Yeah.
Because they are already tied to Deshaun Watson. So they already traded Amari Cooper. They need to get a lot of pieces on that offense if they expect it to work with Deshaun Watson at the helm. And he's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, I think, and the most interesting part to me is that it felt like they had something they liked, but they were given a 24-hour window, and you saw Dan Campbell's reaction to that. I was like, something's wrong here. You know what I'm saying? That was his reaction to that. For me, this is my interpretation. This is me reading between the lines. And again, we do it pretty well on the show. I'm just guesstimating, and I don't think the guys are coming here now, but I think either Hassan Reddick, which I think they're pressuring for that to happen, 24-hour window, just trying to make it happen. And then Drew Rosenhaus, he gets those deals done like that.
Bangs them out.
Yeah, so I think that maybe obviously is one. And obviously it's reported that they had that conversation. Or two, for me, I think they may have called on Myles Garrett. But he's got that foot thing going on. I don't know if you guys saw some shit from like when he was even younger that he may get surgery on or plans to get surgery on after the season. And if you say 24 hours on a situation like that, it's like, okay, that's also uncomfortable.
Yeah. We'll see. Like I said, they're definitely going to grab somebody. And
Bucky says trade for Parsons. I don't know if he fits what we're doing, but I'm not saying no. Dan Campbell loves Micah Parsons. The way he talks about him leading up.
Jerry would never.
Yeah, you're
Jerry
right.
wouldn't.
Parsons
Right now.
his pride is way too.
Yeah, that's just his
Get
pride.
your ass big.
Smart-wise,
Yeah.
if you really want to rebuild that team, that is what you do.
I wouldn't re-sign in Dallas if I was Micah Parsons. You can get paid the same amount of money to go anywhere else. Why would you play in that dumpster fire?
Tax-free.
Go to Houston. Go to Miami. Go to Tampa. Or go to a place that doesn't have no income tax and jack that price up another $50 million. I
was thinking Micah Parsons.
He's injured, right?
Yeah, he is.
But it's not anything serious.
High ankle sprain.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell likes him wounded.
Which I'm glad
Or
they
Brad
sat him
Holmes.
for his sake.
Brad Holmes does like him wounded. That's true.
He does.
I mean, you could put that in there too if you want, but I don't think, like you said, Jerry would never do that.
Yeah, I agree.
When we get back, Nicky.
DeMarcus Lawrence is done for the year. We used to do 3-1-3, so that would not doing that.
Nicky will be putting our GMsmanship to the test. He'll be giving us some names and some grades to trade reactions that have been floating around multiple news articles. But first, tell us about Les Stanford.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service the customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today and find the brand you want at LesStanford.com. Les Stanford, together, let's ride.
Second best bar in Detroit. That's where the best pregame Lions party is for October 27th at home. It's located at 42 Watson Street for the ultimate fan experience. Enjoy some smooth Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey while catching the Woodward Sports pregame show. Only at Second Best Bar in Detroit. Come get some.
Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Ham for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at LesStanford.com today.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at WoodwardSports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Now, for a limited time, only Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza has signature wings, 7 different flavors. The hot garlic is my favorite. Make sure you check them out. Like I said, limited time only, perfect for football season. Find a Soroki's near you at Sorokis.com.
What up, welcome back to World Heavyweights Live, WorldSports.com. And me is joined by Spinmo Rex, Chris Nicholas Kohloff, a.k.a. Nicky, as he goes by today, because he's dressed in Italian attire. Uncle Nicky, you got a couple of deals on the table for us, some propositions, eh?
Yeah, I do. I'll be smacking some Italian later as well. Let's go. All right, so
Italian?
no. No. But this is what everybody wants. This is shout out Christian Boer of SI.com. He scavenged the whole entire world of all these Lions trade articles, and we cooked up the best ones. This one's from the 33rd team, fellas. Cincinnati Bengals trade Trey Hendrickson to the Lions for a 2025 second round pick. What do you guys give the Lions for that trade? What grade?
Ooh.
Yeah.
B+. I'm not gonna make that darker.
Yeah, I got A-. It's maybe you just gotta go like this. Yeah, there we go. A-. Second round pick is a lot. This is a guy who's not on contract, so I think it would be less than a second round pick because you got to sign him as well. Like, this is a guy who's looking for a contract extension. but he would fit perfectly on what we need. Like I've already explained how he's been with Campbell and them. So, yeah, I'll give it an A-.
Yeah, I want to see if I see it. That's all. I'm going B+. It's a similar situation, right? It's a gun for hire situation.
Why do you have so many markers?
You don't know. I don't know if they're all going to work. You don't know if he's coming back for sure or not. And you probably have to repay him. And so, I think that does bring down that value a little bit. Obviously, he's had good years, and I got into it with a few Bengals fans last night because they were upset with me not thinking he would go for that much. But I see that more as a haul of, thirds and fourths than just, a straight-up second.
A third and a fifth rounder or something like that.
Yeah. But, could be wrong.
James Houston.
He is very good. He's on his pace to have another great season, too. So
he's very good for sure. But, like I said, you got to pay him if you're going to sign him or if you're going to trade for him.
I think it'd be extremely valuable to this team, but what would you guys give the Bengals in that trade scenario?
If they got
getting
a second
rounder back, 2025 second rounder.
They got a cheap-ass owner, man. I think they would, I'd have to give them A+.
It'd be an A+ for the Bengals if they get a second rounder out of a guy that's going to leave them anyways after this year. And, like I said, they didn't want to re-sign him. They made that apparent by not getting it done when he even requested a trade. So if they get a second rounder out of a guy that's going to leave in a shitty season too, that's a good trade for them.
Yeah, from one cat to another. Bengal to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Josh Hines Allen for a 2025 second and a 2026 second rounder from the Detroit Lions. What grade do you give the Detroit Lions getting Josh Allen for 2 second rounders?
B-. I'm going a B-. 2 second rounders is pretty not terrible, but like I said, he just signed a big money deal. So that's something you got to pay attention to as well. Josh, I would rather have Trey Hendrickson than Josh Allen, personally. But yeah, two second rounders for Josh Allen. I don't hate it, but we'll see how that fits. I don't know if they go after Josh Allen just because he just signed that big deal.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'm going to a B on that one just because he just signed the deal. And I feel like the Jacksonville Jaguars owner feels like they have the makings of a good team. Just I think not the coach. We have already heard rumors from people that we know that know people that Doug Peterson's probably on his way out after the season. Cons is not the type of guy to fire him in season unless it's obviously Ermanni doing some wild boy things. But
kicking kickers.
I wouldn't hate that one. I'd still B. It's still passing grade and it's still above average. But he also only had one good year, it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He had the 17 sacks last year, but has he done anything remotely close to that before? I don't think so. I got to check.
He had a good season last year, but that's pretty steep in my eyes. 2 second rounders for Josh Allen. I mean, if I'm right there, if I'm the Jaguars, I'm feeling pretty good about getting 2 second rounders back. What grade would you guys give the Jaguars?
Yeah, probably an A. I'll probably just give them a flat A for that.
Yeah.
Because Josh Allen is a good player. He looks good, but 2 second rounders could be very, very. That could be Brian Branch and Sam Laporta.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good haul.
Yeah, 2 second rounders. I give him a old Taylor Swift, a flat A.
Bars.
Bar.
Let's go. All right, to Cleveland. Zadarius Smith for a 2025 fifth-round pick. This was put together by CBS.
2025 fifth-round pick?
A+.
Correct.
Yeah.
A+ for that. Zadarius Smith still has it. He's still got it. He's not washed yet. And if you can get him for a fifth-round pick, that's a guy that would be the leader in sacks on your team this year.
A. And if that's the acquisition you're making, I just can't see that being the only one. I feel like you got to go grab somebody else too. He's not getting paid a shit ton. You're not giving up too much for him. You still have high-quality assets left in that acquisition to go make another piece and make a tandem. So I would give it an A because I think it comes with more bodies. And obviously in the NFL, you get hurt, more bodies is a plus.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a world in which that comes with a guy like Hassan Reddick, who you might not look at as a long-term option that's been, that's 5 teams, 5 years?
Grabbing both of them would be aggressive.
Yeah.
But
it would be aggressive, but if you're looking at one of them as a stopgap this year and you trade that, that pick you trade in the aggregate for Hassan Reddick or somebody else that's a 1 year, you put as a conditional pick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Zadarius Smith, too, last year, he played 16 games, 16 out of 17 games, only had 5.5 sacks. This year, he's projected to do pretty well. In Minnesota, he had that one stud year for 10 sacks. But then you're going back into like when he was younger, his body was more fresh. I don't know if he's that level of pass rusher anymore. I think he's always been a Robin to a Batman on the other side of him. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I would do, Chris. What you're talking about is if you acquire, if you acquire Zadarius Smith, you gotta go get Hassan Reddick or maybe the Trey Hendrickson.
Okay.
I mean, it just makes sense to me because you're going down the list of this season. Like we were all talking about, like the pipe dream was getting Crosby anyways at the deadline, assuming Hutch was still playing with you. So like you've been all season, you've been looking for that extra edge beyond just Hutchinson. So Hutchinson going down to me almost seems like you got to split the hair and get 2.
Are we gonna grade Cleveland's pick or Cleveland's?
I mean, it's a 5th rounder. What are you guys giving Cleveland?
I'm giving Cleveland fuck
Ohio.
I don't care about Cleveland.
That's so far.
Yeah, Cleveland blows just like their baseball team down 0-2.
Stephen Kwan likes children.
Stephen Kwan loves the kids. Jesus. All right. Going. We already hit on this team once. Allegedly. Yep. Thank you.
Clean up.
All right. Get a defamation
and
suit.
Allegedly, this guy's on the block here. I thought this was kind of crazy. Heard it out of nowhere. We already talked about this team once, but his name's been flying around in trade talks. And his name is Trayvon Walker. And this trade from ESPN has a 2025 4th and a 2026 4th to go get Trayvon Walker. What grade are you giving the Lions? And we'll start with the Lions.
Absolute fucking A+ on this one. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
This is a former first-round pick, a lot of number one overall. The potential with him. This is exactly the type of guy you would like Terrell Williams to get his hands on as a defensive line coach and see what he's done in the past with other guys. He looked, Denico Autry kind of worked. Maybe he was on steroids, though. He did get suspended this year for that. But no, Terrell Williams got his hands on a Trayvon Walker, and the following year you have him next to Aidan Hutchinson and Lee McNeil and DJ. I would love that. That's the one I want the most, honestly. When I saw that, Nick, give me that. You're also not giving up shit for it.
It is you who I want. A+ if you get Trayvon Walker for 2 4ths, man. You'd have the first 2 picks of that draft class playing off of each other. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Let me ask you a question. Would you give up a 2025 first-round pick for Trayvon Walker right now?
No.
No. Does it say first? I thought you said fourth.
No, both of them are fourth.
Yeah.
I'm asking you.
No.
You wouldn't.
No.
For a former number 1 overall pick to pair up with
First.
Hutch when you're literally going to be drafting from anywhere from 28 to 32.
I just don't know that.
Because it wouldn't cost that much. So,
yeah, that's where I'm at. It wouldn't cost that much.
Overpay.
You think it would?
He's been he's been a really good player. He started to turn it on at the end of last year. He's really turning it on this year. I don't see why in the hell they would give him up for 2 4th rounders. The things that I've been seeing.
10 sacks last year, 5 sacks this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's not
just a first trade. I mean, I don't know if it'd cost that.
It wouldn't cost that.
If it did,
would you do it?
No.
You just pick up his 5th-year option and pair him and Aidan Hutchinson. I would still like that. Maybe.
I mean, you still get him for a year.
Pay him too.
I'd probably do it. I mean, I don't think that's the case though. I mean, the ESPN's talking about giving up 2 for 4th and 4th.
2 4ths.
2 4ths. Yeah, I just don't think he's worth. I don't think he would require a first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like people in the chat are saying, you have to pay him, but all right, let's keep it rolling.
Not for another 2 years though. You can pick up his 5th-year option.
This one's straight out of Nick's Italian joint in the back, cooking up bets here. So this one is the 2 A-listers.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. It costs the same to get them. Garrett and Crosby. It takes a 2025 first, a 2026 first, and a 2026 third to get either of these 2 guys. What would your grade be for the Detroit Lions?
A++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++ Yes. Yeah. What do you mean? You have 2 top 3 edge rushers in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yes.
On the same defensive line.
Yeah.
But all in their primes.
All in their primes.
I mean, it's Myles Garrett. Maybe he's 29 now. That'd be the one. Because again, you're going all in this year to slam dunk that Super Bowl, and you don't know what's happening next year. But if you start next year with those guys under contract, Myles Garrett or
they're both
Max Crosby,
under contract for the next 3 years,
and Aidan Hutchinson, and Aleem McNeil, and DJ Reader, all under contract, brother. Come on, that's dirty. Dirty work.
Yes.
And yes, that'd be the one. That's why I don't get when people are like, oh, first round pick. We use that to build this team. You grab him, your odds are higher. I don't give a fuck who you draft.
Yeah, when the house is up, you don't need to keep pouring cement. You just need to buy that plasma screen to put in the living room.
For sure,
like
man.
The foundation's set. Your team is built.
Put one of those 10-foot fucking skeletons in your front yard. Just let everybody know your dick hang like that.
Yeah, you don't need to
keep it up all year round.
You don't need to keep putting in new studs. Like you just gotta buy the couch for the living room.
You build a Florida room.
Yeah.
Would an acquisition of that caliber?
I would come myself.
Assuming next year, would you be ready to say the defensive line is better than the offensive line?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
If
that happened.
I agree. It's just a crazy thing to think about because the way we talk about
you would have the best defensive line and offensive line in the NFL.
The analogy of him talking about having the house up and not needing to pour cement, that was a great analogy, by the way. I'd probably ruined it by saying where the fuck I said.
About the
skeleton.
I don't even know. Yeah.
That was weird.
I just think there's a guy on my street. There's a guy on my street who bought a dinosaur skeleton like one Halloween.
Yeah.
Like 3 years ago when I first bought my house, 4 years ago. And he just leaves it up all year round. But I respect him for it. I'm like, fuck yeah, you probably spent a lot of money on that. And it's kind of sweet.
Mike Bell's being a party pooper.
Oh my God. All right. I was literally about to go at him, and we get
Nick.
attacked in the chat
Nick.
all the time.
Go,
so
Nick.
here we go, Mike Bell.
Cook, Nick.
Trayvon Walker has showed absolutely nothing. Hey, buddy, he had 10 sacks last year. He's on pace for 14 sacks this year, and he's 23 years old. I'm giving up a first rounder, and I'm having Trayvon Walker on one side and Aidan Hutchinson on the other for the next 10 years. Let's go. Mike Bell.
Cook, Nick.
What you got, Mike?
Ugly ass K. I thought
What you got, Mike?
Cook, Nick. I tried to draw his mustache.
Just get the other K on there.
That looks very much like a.
It looks like cool Nick. Like you're making fun of him.
What do you mean?
Mike, you might be hanging on to some pre-draft notions that you had about Trayvon, and I was always a Hutch guy over Trayvon. But if you could pair him and Hutch for the next 10 years, somehow find a way to pay both of these guys, if he does fit your culture, you do it in a heartbeat. He's 23 years old. I think this could be a low-key, sneaky move, but I do think it's going to cost you more than 2 fourth-rounders. Let's roll, boys.
And Nick, Mike Bell said, dude said all you need is a plasma. Yeah, all you do need is a plasma.
Oh, that was...
Your TV is, your house is made. Your house is set up. You have everything else you need. You are literally one player away.
Well,
literally.
You still need cable, you know. I see
No, hell no, you don't.
I see where it's going. You need internet.
You already got internet. You just need to upgrade that TV.
Yeah.
But you didn't say that, though. You just said
I said the house was done.
And one more thing. Smash that like button, baby.
Smash.
If the Trayvon Walker one is real, that's the one.
That would be a good one.
That
2
is the one.
fourths.
Like that's remotely realistic. That's the
And
fucking
then go
one.
get Crosby too. Fuck it.
And
Listen,
JT Olsen.
that's what you hired Terrell Williams for. What that man could cook up with that prospect? He's still very, very young too.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, JT Olsen, that was projected by ESPN. So we are just reporting here, and we changed the fourth-rounders to a first-rounder to make it more reasonable. So shout out.
You did.
Yeah, to make it more reasonable.
I think a fourth rounder is more unreasonable than 2 fourths. Or a first rounder is more unreasonable than 2 fourths.
That's crazy.
But let's go to break. Let me tell you guys about Lady Jane's. Walk in any Lady Jane's haircuts for men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a $20 haircut special. Scalp massage, hot lather, neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Just scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's haircuts for men. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Lady Jane's haircuts for men. It's wicked awesome.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
To prove that you can get just as strong at Planet Fitness, we're seeing if people can tell the difference between our 75-pound dumbbell and a 75-pound dumbbell from an overpriced competitor gym. Okay, the old flick test, that never fails.
There's literally no difference.
Plus, you can save $28 or more when you join today. Wow.
Why would I pay more to lift the same weights?
It's the Planet Fitness Strong Choice Sale. Save $28 or more. Join for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends October 10th. Planet Fitness. Light price, strong choice.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Join the Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign by visiting registerthering.com. You guys sign up for 2-hour shifts at a physical location by visiting registerthering.com. It starts November 7th and goes to Christmas Eve, excluding Thanksgiving and Sundays. Or start giving back right away at registerthering.com and virtual bell ring. I didn't really sell that one, huh?
Not really, no.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. How's Neil do it? Neil's good at selling.
T-Mac does that, Reed.
No. Yeah, I'll think about it.
Yeah.
Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend. And welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights. I'm Easy, joined by Spinmo Rax, young Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, a.k.a. Nicky, for today. Smash that like button, like I said.
Uncle Nicky.
This is what I meant to cut the clip out of, and I don't know if I don't know. I was having issues with my internet connection earlier today. I didn't set it in, and maybe it's a little bigger mess that I'm making it to be. I'm not really making it to be anything. I'm just curious. During the St. Brown Brothers podcast, Nick, I don't know if you listened to the whole thing or just Kirby's portion, but they talked about Amon-Ra's touchdown and how Amon-Ra, who's notoriously known for taking his time, celebrating, they're planned out ahead of time.
Yeah,
didn't celebrate. He got pissed off, flipped the ball over to the Cowboys sideline, and went back on the bench. And then if you remember on the screen too, continued to look pissed off. Well, his brother, who's known him his entire life, has a little inside track in his mind how he thinks. Believes he's pissed off because he's not seeing as many targets as he was last year. I'm just wondering, I guess, what's your reaction? Did you hear that part, Nick? What was your takeaway from that? Or where do you guys want to go first? I apologize.
It really seemed like Equanimous was trying to push his buttons and trying to get him in trouble because he knows exactly. I know, because he definitely was heated. I mean, allegedly was heated here, but yeah, Equanimous was trying to, I guess, maybe kind of get Amon-Ra in trouble with his own fans or with his own team because the city of Detroit absolutely cooked him. So he was trying to, kind of push it back on the city of Detroit, trying to turn on their own guy. I think that's what it was all about. This is absolute nothing burger in my eyes. Obviously, you're going to get heated. You're an all-pro. You want to perform for your team. But the biggest thing that matters to Amon-Ra St. Brown is not how many yards he has. It's about how many times this team picks up a W. That's what I believe.
It's just EQ hating. It's just, he's mad. Is he still on the Saints or did they cut him?
He's still on the
I'm
Saints.
not even joking. He's still on the Saints. Because I remember hearing rumblings. But, no, EQ is just a little mad that the Saints suck and he doesn't see any targets. So he's got to take a couple shots at Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's just brotherly stuff. Amon-Ra, he might be pissed, but I'm sure when he sees that 47-9 score, he's not as pissed. I can understand him being pissed off if he wasn't getting receptions and they lost games, but they're winning, so who cares?
I mean, look, if he is mad, truthfully, which I don't think he is, but if he is mad, he has nobody to blame but himself. He spent this whole offseason gassing up J-Mo.
That's true.
And how good Jamison Williams is and how competitive their spirit is between the two of them. So I think he actually helps J-Mo put the battery in his back. So I don't look at it any type of way because he said all the things off season that would imply we got a brotherly love here. There's no ego between me and J-Mo. I want to push him to be great. Those are literally the words he was saying and the sentiments he was echoing all off season.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I think he was pissed. I mean, he visibly was pissed.
And he's a hypocrite.
I'm trying to send the clip right now. I'm having the same issue. Must be just something with this clip. But, he wouldn't address it as well. He was just kind of trying to move on from it. But also, I don't know, man. I don't think he should be pissed because you're winning the game regardless.
No.
You're getting paid. You already got your big contract.
Yeah, he got his bag. He's the first team
dog
All-Pro.
in him.
I mean, everybody wants, I'm saying, I'm sure it was probably something about him wanting to kill Jordan Lewis.
Okay, that's
in
what I
that
was about
specific
to say.
game.
Yeah.
And he wasn't given enough opportunities to do that. But
that's actually exactly what I was about to say.
It doesn't matter.
And then I looked at the game, too. I went and I was like, well, that is interesting. Because
interesting.
He's him.
Yeah.
What's going on with the target situation. And I think he only got 3, but he was 3 for 3 or 4 for 4, whatever it was.
He said, look at everyone else.
Yeah, and everybody else got sprinkled the same way. So it's like, I don't know. I'm more interested in winning the fucking game.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what this offense is. So how do you want an offense? So I'm like I said, there's no way this is an actual problem.
And we should be running the ball like 25 to 30 times at least every game. I do not give a shit if there's not 25, 30 receptions to go around. If we're throwing the ball 18 to like 20-ish times, I don't have a problem with that. And as we've seen, that's when Jared Goff is at his best, when he can dissect a defense because you are running the ball so effectively.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, everyone did get that amount of like catches, like you said, easy. But the difference is J-Mo takes his for almost 80 yards.
Yes.
Like when it comes to the yard differential, that's it. That he has one of the best averages in the league when it comes to yards per reception.
Yeah.
So when he talks about yards, that's the difference. And yes, EQ is trying to piss off the city of Detroit.
Yeah.
No doubt
If
in my
you're trying
mind.
to win games, J-Mo's got to see the ball at least 3 times.
They are in the reaction business now. They're in the
Exactly.
content business, and that's what they're doing. That's what EQ is doing. Smart, savvy veteran move, you know. Maybe his podcasting career will be more fruitful than his NFL career.
I think
Probably will.
I think he's more pissed about the Jordan Lewis. He was definitely pissed. I don't think there's no like makeup or reaction on that one. But I think you're on the right tracks, with it being about Jordan Lewis and wanting to shit on that guy because there's obviously some beef there. They go back and forth. Jordan Lewis called him a bitch after the game.
Yeah, Jordan Lewis is a pussy, dude. That shit pisses me. Like, that's just being soft. Straight up. Again, respect, for being a guy from Detroit. You suck for going to Michigan, and you suck even more for going to the Cowboys. Like, yeah, it's cool that you're from Detroit, but you went to 2 of my most hated sports franchises of all time. So I'm not going to be friends with you or act like I like you. And you're acting like a bitch to Amon-Ra St. Brown. So
I think Khalif Raymond did have the most targets last week.
Yeah, Khalif went off.
But he had some with the second unit, too, because I know he got one with Hendon Hooker. Did Hooker only throw that thing like 2 times?
I think he was 1 for 2 and got sacked once.
Yeah.
Greatest 2 damn throws of my life.
2 damn throws I've never seen in my whole goddamn life. All right.
Let him cook.
Is Amon-Ra possibly pissed off because of comments your top 10 receiver had to say about him, Smitty?
Oh!
Did you grab that video by chance, Chris?
Yeah. You sent it.
Let's see.
For the St. Brown podcast?
No, we come back, actually. We're up against it. We'll break, come back, discuss that, power rankings and more.
Divorce.
But
Divorce.
First, let me tell you about divorce. 2 house. All right, sorry. You guys want to slide to the left and get up out your marriage? Call Kevin and Catherine at Cade Cunningham right here in Birmingham, Michigan. They got your back. Scan the QR code above my head or dial 248-971-0476. 10 plus years. 10 plus years of experience, 24/7 availability. And it's not just divorce either, guys. If you're already divorced and you're trying to see your kids a little bit more, call Kevin and Catherine. They got your back. Tell them the heavyweight signature. They'll pay your first-time filing fee. Divorce.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and woodwardsports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah.
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Short one. Guys, this one dispensary's giving away free bud for a year. Free weed for a year. Free cannabis for a year. Free wacky tobacco for a year. Free grass for a year. It's free weed for a year. Scan the QR code above my head and terms and conditions apply.
They apply.
Treat yourself. This one dispensary local cannabis club.
A park dipper dad.
Rabbit Axe Gabber.
Free weed for a year.
Weed?
Free weed?
All right, Spinny, you're a fan of an asshole.
Yeah, I guess.
All around. Asshole to the media, asshole to his coaches, asshole to his teammates.
Man, I saw a funny
Can't take
meme
the
I'm going to
locker
show
room.
you later.
George Pickens?
No, about...
I don't know. I want to go back at some point and find this entire interview so I have some context to this.
I haven't
This
even
guy,
heard
George
this yet.
Pickens, this is what I had to say. He's a piece of shit. He's throwing strays at an all-pro.
Let's hear it.
Schematically is the biggest is the biggest thing, in football. That's how you get Amon-Ra, St. Brown's, slot merchants. That's schematically getting fed the ball. So
I fucking hate that that's the only clip I got, and I want to listen to the rest of it. But like, brother, you're talking about Amon-Ra. First and foremost, just statistically, this year alone, my man has 55% lined up out wide, not in the slot.
Yep.
Secondly, that's why I want the context of the conversation. If you're talking about just receptions, maybe there is a conversation there and just getting receptions. However, this man's more than just receptions because after he gets that ball, he turns upfield and sometimes he gets touchdowns.
Yak King.
We call him Amon-Ra first down.
Yep. He
is the reigning Yak King of the National Football League, the league that you're a part of. You have yet to sniff Amon-Ra's jockstrap when it comes to like stats.
Oh,
he's not okay. Even if he does get work in the slot, he's doing stuff with the football. Then after. To call him like a slot merchant is just crazy and disrespectful. You're talking about an all-pro Amon-Ra St. Brown. A guy has some of the best hands, some of the best mitts in the entire game right now, too, when it comes to catching the ball. George Pickens, brother, you're very supremely talented. You struggle to get separation, all right? And that's the argument that Smitty and I had. And you are great at those one-on-one catches, but you are focused on the wrong things, bro. Work on you. You look salty. You look sad. This is fucking...
You look desperate, brother.
This is crazy, bro. Crazy disrespect to a guy like Amon-Ra St. Brown.
You need to look inward for sure. There are some unresolved conflicts that you should be maybe take an ayahuasca trip like Aaron Rodgers did. Go see a therapist. Something like that, because you're obviously dealing with some self-hatred. And it might come from the fact that, your offensive coordinator is Arthur Smith, and he looks like he drives a windowless van. It might come from the fact that your quarterback is Justin Fields, and he sucks ass. You're getting Russ now, so you're going from big, tall guy to little, short idiot.
Tall guy.
So good luck. It sucks. It sucks that you're going to hate on this guy because he's so much better than you. Astronomically better than you. I know you got guys like, he's not my man's no more. You don't come with the boys. I don't
had him in your top 10.
I don't appreciate that. Yeah, he's talented. He's very talented.
They caught your mans on hating charges.
They did catch my mans on hating charges. And you got guys like Ryan Clark trying to gas him even more than I am, saying he's more talented than Justin Jefferson. But I just think, this is ugly of you, George Pickens. You need to look inward. Maybe drink some tea, meditate a little bit, because get good before you come at a king. And Amon-Ra is a king in this league. He is a first-team All-Pro for a reason. Maybe make that first. Maybe make an All-Pro team, and then you can yap. But until then, shut your mouth and know your role.
Absolutely, man. Obviously, shout out to Kai Sinda getting these bags. I see him in multiple commercials now. This guy is fucking killing it. Either way, I've never denied Ben Johnson has a fantastic system. But there's guys in the system, there's guys that go beyond the system, and Amon-Ra St. Brown's is one of them. That's why he's your reigning king.
And Mike Bell, Ryan Clark said on ESPN that he's more talented than Justin Jefferson.
Who?
George Pickens.
He's more talented.
Ryan Clark said he's a more talented football player than Justin Jefferson. That's, Steelers.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
ESPN in the dirt.
In my head, that's why I have words just now. I'm trying to fucking make a connection there. How would those words ever come out of his mouth?
The Steelers guy.
Yeah, that's what it is. George Pickens, brother, I wish you well. Things are going well for you right now.
Extremely petty. You should be gassing up your other wideouts. You should be thanking the Lord that Amon-Ra St. Brown got a bag that is showing out for wide receivers, helping pave the way for you to get more money one day.
Yeah.
And you're out here shitting on them?
Yeah, it really must suck. How bad must you be if a slot merchant is much better than you, has more accolades, has more stats, and gets paid more?
Yeah, I don't think George
must
Pickens,
suck.
all due respect, I don't know if he'll ever touch a bag like Amon-Ra St. Brown.
He will not.
Even if he had to be in a great situation, I just don't see that being that.
No, he will not.
Never really been an offensive scheme there outside of when they had the bumblebees, the 3 Bs.
Yeah, killer bees.
The killer bees.
Those were fun teams to watch, man.
They were great teams to watch. I do have the Amon-Ra St. Brown stuff for context if you want to see what he was saying.
PWMU says Ryan Clark dresses like a woman.
He kind of does.
Cannot confirm nor deny.
Ryan is
I'm not
a
judging,
universal
just
name.
like to shoot straight.
True. It is. Yeah, you're right. Do you want to run the Amon-Ra clip? Or you want to do power rankings?
Let's see that Amon-Ra clip, yeah.
Called the play, like the play also. But, I mean, you can look at it both ways. We did have a tackle running a route at receiver.
Okay. I really want to know this. I was going to wait for the podcast to ask you. What happened after your touchdown?
So, yeah, well, I don't know why everyone keeps asking me what did they not – they didn't show on TV what happened?
No, did you throw the ball at them or what?
Yeah, I just, like, soft tossed it to their sideline. Like, underhand, like.
And then what were you saying?
You underhand a throw?
Yeah. And then what were you saying on the sideline when you got back to your bench?
So I soft tossed it to the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
We got to the sideline. I'm just excited.
No.
Lit.
I was reading your lips a little bit.
What, were you?
Yeah.
What did it say?
Like, throw me the fucking bar, something like that, or no?
Is it?
Like, come on, get the people what they want.
I might have said that.
People.
I don't know.
Like,
I feel like in those moments, I'll be blacking out.
No, time to fuck out.
I'll be blacking out.
I know you. I fucking know you. Okay, I know your fucking piss face.
I'll be blacking out.
No.
I swear, blackout type.
Let me see.
You can pull it up. Go ahead.
No. I want to look at the stats real quick. I fucking know you. I fucking know this dude. He's trying to see. This is why you need me on here, because you're gonna fucking cat. Receiving. Here we go. So before that, you had three catches.
Yeah, but look at everyone. Who had more than 3 catches? Or
No.
Yeah.
I just fucking know you.
Just look at it. Just look at the.
Were you telling them to throw you the fucking ball, and then they threw it to you? You're like, throw me the fucking ball. Come on, be honest.
Nah. They threw it to me. I was locked in. I was ready to go.
Bro, the fans, like, I just want you to hear me. I know my brother. He's full of shit right now. But give him the truth.
Yeah, he probably just said, like, that's why you throw me the fucking ball or something like that after he scored the touchdown.
I know we went over the George Pickens stuff, too. Yeah. But fucking, they're just showing Amon-Ra's highlights on that. I forgot he gave away a touchdown.
Yes, he did.
To fucking...
To Penei Sewell.
Yeah, to Penei Sewell, to Jahmyr Gibbs.
Oh, yeah, that, too. And he gave one away to Penei Sewell in that game.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think EQ's just mad he had more catches in that game than he's had all year.
Fuck.
So
let him cook.
That might be true.
It was a bad.
Congratulations, you just got Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Amon-Ra didn't get as many catches as he should have. He only had 3 before that, but that's 3 more than EQ's had this year. So that's probably why he's upset. No, I love dude. They're so good, man.
EQ is 5 for 62 on the year.
Rats almost got him.
3 first downs. I mean, there's
how many games? What, 2
12
games?
yards per catch. He started actually 2 games and played 7. Oh my God, no, I'm incorrect.
Yeah, that was last year.
That was last year. EQ does not have stats.
He doesn't have a catch this year?
2024. I could have swore he did.
Oh man. Yeah, I would be trying to start shit too to avoid, talking about why I don't have a single catch all season so far. But let's go to break. We're going to talk about Planet Fitness.
Goff does have more receiving touchdowns than George Pickens. That's correct.
That is
Jack
true.
Glanville,
and EQ.
What a name. Jack Glansville, the service dog. Shout out.
Shout out the service dog, Jack Glansville. Let me tell you about Planet Fitness, because Planet Fitness is fitness that fits your budget. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by. More than 50 in Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. At Planet Fitness, you experience a squeaky clean gym, tons of equipment, a friendly, knowledgeable staff, and a totally judgment-free atmosphere. Did you know that all Planet Fitness memberships include fitness training for no extra cost? Want perks? Upgrade the Black Card, get you some amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement. How did you
It's
pull
time
up
for
the
the
Planet
percolator.
Fitness and forget the
It's time for
perks?
the percolator.
The Black Card can get you
It's
anything
time
you
for the
want. Join in
percolator.
club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
And
the watch party,
Your
presented by
floppy
New
disk.
Holland Brewing Company, Sabbath Coffee Roasters, Siroki's 1800. It is the best spot to be. Live at Hayes Social. Tap in, watch party, and post-game show. We'll be there again this week as the Lions trounce the Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota. Again, presented by New Holland Brewing Company, Sabbath Coffee Roasters, 1800 Crispy Chicken and Pizza, Siroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza,
big.
and 1800 Tequila, all live at Hayes Social.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
You guys tired of that same old Detroit sports merch? Head on over to woodwardsports.com. Upgrade that closet. Hoodies, tees, hats, all that guaranteed to turn heads. Head on over to woodwardsports.com. Click that shop tab day. Get yourself some fly, brand new merch.
It's time for your weekly Woodward Heavyweights Power Rankings. Spinny, would you like to go first?
Sure. I'll go first. Throw mine up there. Christopher, Lil Chrissy,
As I'm known.
Chris Cross. My
What?
With the Z. Shout out Curvo.
Do you hate it?
My top. Do you hate it? No, my top
Does it make you
10
look fat?
power rankings. You got the Ravens at number 1. They look scary. Like they had a couple close losses at the beginning of the year. Now they are back with a vengeance, and they're steamrolling teams with Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. Number 2, the Detroit Lions. They might need to come down a little bit after the Hutchinson injury, but I got the Detroit Lions there at number 2 because I still think they are one of the most complete teams in the NFL. Number 3, the Kansas City Chiefs. What can you say? Patrick Mahomes having a bad year, and they're still 5-0. Like, it doesn't make sense. Fuck the Chiefs. I hate them. Number 4, the Minnesota Vikings.
Minnesota.
I mean, you can't deny what they've done so far. They have one of, if not the best defense in the NFL. They've played a couple good teams and beat a couple good teams in the Houston Texans and the San Francisco 49ers. The Vikings are looking legit, but I still think the Lions are going to beat them this week. At number 5, I have the Houston Texans. Talk about coming back in the swing of things. CJ Stroud looks like he shook off a little bit of that early season rust, and even without Nico Collins, that offense has been looking good. The defense coming together with Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson. Will Anderson coming alive the past couple weeks. Number 6, I got the Durs. I got the Durs at number 6, man. They were playing Baltimore close.
That's crazy.
That was crazy. Jaden Daniels is electric. Dan Quinn is the best coach in that division. The Commanders are going to be in the playoffs for sure. They're going to win that division, and they might win a playoff game this year.
Would you want to see them at home, Spenny?
I would not. I would not want to see the Commanders at home. At number 7, you got the
At
Buffalo
home, like
Bills.
we're at home? Or they're home?
Like we're at home. I wouldn't want to see the Commanders at all.
I wouldn't.
You scared of them like that? Damn.
Jaden Daniels is good. At number 7, I got the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen. What else do I say? They just added Amari Cooper. The defense is still a little suspect to me, but you got Josh Allen. You get him a piece like Amari Cooper to go with the weapons that have been coming together so far on that team. They got 2 good tight ends. When James Cook comes back, they're going to have a damn good offense. Number 8, I got the Green Bay Packers. They need to clean things up a little bit, but that receiving core is extremely deep. Xavier McKinney is a monster in the back end of that defense. To go with a front seven that is pretty damn good. I got the Packers at 8. I got the Falcons at 9. Kirko Chains just keeps getting it done, taking care of business. Talking about best safety tandems in the NFL, the Falcons might have number 2. They got a top 3 safety tandem in the NFL with Bates and Simmons. At number 10, I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They just put up, 51 on the Aints. It's with Spencer Rattler at the helm, but still, you put up a 50 burger. It's impressive. They have looked good so far this year. And yeah, I got the Bucs at number 10.
Garbage list. Absolute fucking trash.
That's terrible.
What are we doing, Spinny?
That was trash. That was a miss.
Detroit Lions, number 1.
What the fuck?
Detroit Lions, number 1. Name me a team that's beat another team 47-9. Almost got the 50 burger.
You got the Lions at number 1?
Lions are the number 1 team, the number 1 offense in the league. Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch, quite honestly, the best safety tandem in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
3 turnovers by Brian Branch alone. You still got Kirby Joseph who's prone to do that at any given moment, too. He, matter of fact, could have had 2 interceptions in that game. One was called back. Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph, Jared Goff. Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams.
Praise Jared
David
Goff.
Montgomery. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. Detroit Lions are the number 1 team in the NFL right now. Vikings number 2 because that defense is vaunted. People may look at Sam Darnold and laugh at him, but this just goes to prove to you the same thing you saw happen with JG as soon as we got Anthony Lynn to Ben Johnson.
Yep.
Play calling matters for these quarterbacks.
Yeah, why is your name
Sam Darnold? Huh?
Why isn't it a Z on Easies?
Because I can't fit apostrophe S on your name.
Make the font smaller.
The Vikings.
That's your analysis?
I mean, that's pretty easy fix.
No, it's stupid. You really hate the Z. You say it every time.
I don't like the Z.
Why?
I don't know. I'm not Haitian.
You're not.
I'm not. Yeah, hating on Haitians.
You're not Zerby.
I'm not Zerby.
The Vikings defense is legit. I think the offense is. We saw what it was last year with freaking Nick Mullins back there, and they were still putting up numbers on us. So they're a legit
KOC's
team,
a good coach.
guys. Whether you like it or not, they're a legit team. I think their weak spot probably is still Sam Darnold. If you trick him into making some mistakes, he will do that. I hope he does that with Detroit Lions this weekend.
He's going to Kirby interception, book it.
We'll break that one down tomorrow, but they are the number 2 team right now. The Ravens, number 3. I agree with you, Spinny, that they can get on a, steamroll train right now, but the loss to the Vegas Raiders, close one. A couple of those games were actually still close, despite them winning. So, a close one against the Cowboys that we just demolished. They only played them 28-25. I don't know, man. They're a little bit wonky for me. The Chiefs, I know they're 5-0. Same thing. A little bit wonky for me. Losing all these wide receivers left and right. I don't think they'll be able to keep it up. We shall see. I think they trade for a wide receiver at some point. The Texans, number 5. Minnesota Vikings whooped the shot of them, but that's about it. They only had that one loss in the season. Another steam rolling. You notice, by the way, Nico Collins out. That offense came back to life. They can't do it with the 3 wide receivers. That's not how they won last year. They still got to figure that out, in my opinion. Bills, number 6. Josh Allen. Oh, my God. Monday Night Football put on a clinic, and I still don't think he's thrown an interception all year. He might be your leading candidate for NFL MVP. You're knocking on wood for him? I like Josh Allen, too.
I do, too. He's my fantasy quarterback.
Green Bay Packers,
and he just got
number
Amari
7.
Cooper.
Yeah, dude, we were talking about that during a break.
He's going to eat.
He's
and the best dual threat quarterback ever.
Amari Cooper. I might try to make a couple trades for him in fantasy. I wish I did it before.
Greatest dual threat
I know you
quarterback
tried.
of all time.
The Packers are number 17. Jordan Love, 12 touchdowns in just 4 games played. You see some of the throws he's been making this year. You guys know how I feel about him in general. He's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
They got the staff to go along with him. And I think Josh Jacobs can give you one every once in a while, too. Josh Jacobs. The Commies, they're definitely good.
They're so good, dude.
But not number 6 good. I just couldn't do it, man, with the rookie quarterback. I think he came back to life against a little bit better defense. I don't know, bro. I really don't.
I do.
Another team kind of, wish-washy on is the Falcons. Either the defense shows up and the offense doesn't, or the offense shows up and the defense doesn't. I just don't know what the hell they are right now. They also don't have the strongest strength of schedule so far this season. And the Bucs, you got to give the Bucs credit. They're just feisty.
Yep.
Baker,
moxie. They got moxie.
They really do, man. The Bucs are kind of fun to watch this year.
They, resemble their quarterback. He's got moxie, man.
They really do. I'm not gonna lie. They really do. Baker Mayfield's having a hell of a year. He is an MVP candidate. I think he leads the league with touchdowns.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's got 16.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, 15 or 16. What up?
neither of you, particularly Spencer, have the Steelers. Were they close to the list, or
Yeah, they were
where you
close.
at with them?
Yeah, what's up
We'll
with
see
that?
what
That's
they
your squad.
We'll see what they look like with Russ at the helm.
Yeah, what the fuck's up with that? That's crazy to me.
Their
That's
ass.
insane. To me.
Baker has 15 touchdowns, dude.
Yeah, 15 touchdowns, like what? 4
5
picks?
picks.
5 picks.
What's crazy to you? That
I'm not crazy.
They're starting Russ. Like they've been winning games.
Their offense looks bad though. They've been winning despite their offense.
But the offense was bad last year.
Yeah, because they had fucking Kenny Pickett.
No.
I couldn't think of his name. He's the worst quarterback in the NFL.
They traded Kenny Pickett. They had who was the
Justin
starter last year?
Fields. No, it was Kenny Pickett and Kyle Rudolph. Those were
The Mason Rudolph. You guys did. It was the same last name. I think Mason Rudolph finished the season.
Yes, bro. Mason Rudolph was playing playoff games for them.
That's the thing about the Steelers is they're like they have the worst quarterback in the NFL last year, and they're like, all right, we'll get like the third worst quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah. Well, Russ is still good.
Well, no, he's talking about Justin Fields.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I like Chris asking you about the Steelers, and I'm going to do the same thing about Easy's Packers here. Yeah, I love that you put out Jordan Love's 12 touchdowns. Didn't mention his 6 interceptions, though. He has 4 in his 2 losses. Jordan Love not looking like God out
Get him,
there.
Nick.
No, he looks fucking good.
How about the 4 picks and the 2 losses?
I mean, the 4 picks. So the first game of the season was in the Brazil. We saw how
That one was the field was a little shaky,
Oh,
but
come on.
but
What, that
take care of the
Brazilian
ball.
air El Nino blowing the ball down? Like, what are we doing here?
Did you watch the game?
No.
Oh, well, it was bad.
I think
It was
Everyone was slipping, but
genuinely
still,
yeah,
he
it made
threw
the
a bad
product
pick
worse.
in that game, though.
He did have. He's a risk taker. That's for sure.
I'm being the giant Jesus.
But 12 touchdowns in 4 games. He's only has 2 more interceptions than Jared Goff.
Yeah, but he played 2 less games.
He played 2 less games and 1 in Brazil. I mean, and he's a gunslinger.
What, does one game
That's
in
just the
Brazil
game he
count
plays.
as 3 NFL games?
Yeah, he's lost to
What's
the
the current?
I'm just saying the game in Brazil.
exchange rate?
If
It's
you
like
watch
2.5
the
at
game,
least.
Spencer Morgan Raxter
I'm
the
pretty
third,
sure- I'm
you'd
pretty sure I
understand. It was bad
should
product.
know.
Jordan
the
Love
exchange
is a Jaden Reed merchant. He would be nothing without Jaden Reed. He should thank his lucky stars.
Wow.
I don't think that's true.
Jordan
You
Love
had to think about it,
2-2,
though.
2-2 as a starter this year, but in the 2 games he went up against an actual opponent, Minnesota and maybe
Minnesota.
Philly. He's 0-2.
He lost to Philly? Oh, he's cooked.
Yeah, it's a game. Yeah, they got.
That was the
fucking-
Brazil game.
That,
What you said,
That counts as 4 games.
And then at home,
That's 4 games.
at home against Minnesota,
So
he threw 3
you're
picks.
saying you're saying he's not playing well right now?
He's a bum.
No, I'm saying he's got to take better care of the football.
Or else
And maybe they rushed him back
You
from
only has
injury
2 more
too.
picks than Jared Goff.
In 2 less games.
But he played in Brazil, so that counts as 3 games.
1, 2, I'm looking at Jaden Reed's.
No, I know you were extremely high on Jordan Love. I know you mentioned the 12
yeah,
touchdowns that he threw, but
Talk
wanted
that
to
shit,
talk
Nick.
about the 6 picks.
Get him.
I just hate when people hype up Jordan Love
He's
because I'm a
good. What do
hater.
you mean hype him up, Nick? Are you not watching what he's doing?
6 picks in his 2 losses. He's got to take better care of the football, Easy.
For me personally, and I obviously guess even though you just said the field was bad and you watched it too, and you said it was ugly,
He only threw 1 pick in that one. He threw 3 against Minnesota.
I'm pretty sure he threw multiple picks in that game.
I'm looking at him right now. Looking at it
He only
right now.
threw 1 pick against the Eagles.
Yeah, 1 pick against Philly, 3 against Minnesota at home, where he did throw for 389 yards, but 3 picks. Dude, this media hype for Jordan Love before the season.
Are you not watching
Before
this
the
kid
season.
play ball right now? This
Don't
is
raise
crazy
your
to
voice
me.
at Nick.
I'm just wild to me. I'm
No, I mean
flabbergasted.
you talked about the Packers. You did mention the 12 touchdowns. I was waiting for
Jordan
the
loves
interception
balls.
number.
6 picks. Listen, I thought he threw more picks in that Eagles game. Shame on me for not coming prepared to have that conversation. The game where he threw more than 1 pick was against the Minnesota Vikings that have probably the best defense in the league right now.
Oh, excuses.
Not excuses.
First
These
it's
are.
Brazil, now it's a Viking.
I can't wait to Utah. I'm just fucking shut everything you say.
Easy. I was just waiting for the interception numbers because obviously
thing is
the
the
loss
last-
is
no,
extremely impressive. I was just obviously I'm gonna try to fucking take a dig at Jordan Love every time I can. 6 picks in his 2 losses, or 4 picks in his 2 losses. He's got to take better care of the football.
Yeah, he sucks.
I mean, I never said he
Worst
sucks.
quarterback in the division.
Cook, Nick.
I never said
Cook,
that.
Nick. Nick
But am
thinks
I
Sam
taking
Darnold is
Caleb
better.
Nah, Jordan Love's he's
Well,
he's
obviously.
good. I get we're Lions fans here, but
Good, not
Top
elite.
10.
Good, not
More
elite.
like bottom 10. Oh.
I think he's a good quarterback.
Top 10
I don't
in
think he's elite.
sucking in Brazil. Oh. He should have left. They should have just left him in Brazil. Him and Nick Sirianni. Oh! All right, let's go to break. Tell us about Boys and Girls Chris.
The Boys and Girls Club of Southeastern Michigan's
He's got some
3C
Farv in
Sports
him.
League
So is that girl's phone.
That's how he
the
plays.
best
Oh, my.
sports league in Detroit. Offers youth ages 5 to 14 with 6 exciting teams to choose from in the locations of Detroit, Belleville, Highland Park, and East Point. All coaches are trained, certified, and undergo background checks so you can register for football or cheer at bgcsm.org. It includes equipment, meals, transportation, and the chance to play the championship at Ford Field for just $175 per child. So put the youth back at youth sports with BGCSM 3C Sport.
Easy, look what I sent you on Twitter.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Ham for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports.
Fuel your Lions fandom with the perfect cup and become a subscriber of Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Whether you're gearing up for a big game or savoring a quiet morning, Sabbath Coffee Roasters has you covered with fresh, locally roasted specialty coffee delivered right to your door. Head to www.sabbathcoffeeroasters.com. Choose your favorite roast. Use code word Woodward to get 25% off your first subscription order. Awake, unwind, support local, and enjoy game day right with Sabbath Coffee Roasters. Well, Easy's looking up if air is more dense in Brazil right now.
If you watch,
when did El Nino come through?
I know I'm responding to you. You watch the fucking game.
He's just bad.
Mailbag.
Mail. Nick, think of a mailbag question.
Yeah. What accent was that?
I don't know.
That's my mailbag question.
Sabbath Coffee Roasters. I don't know, like cop accent.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Get your mailbag questions in. Nick, we keep arguing about Jordan Love. I don't care what you got from him, bro.
I mean, on pace to throw 22 picks this year. That wouldn't be very good. But
say it again, Nick. How many picks?
22.
Oh,
top 5 MVP quarterback.
Only one of those
would do
games
that?
in Brazil, right? Better hope he doesn't go back to
I
Brazil.
just hated the national media attention they gave this guy, anointing him as like the fucking Aaron Rodgers already.
Yeah.
Yes, he's extremely talented, but yeah, he's
Get
also
your
a
shit off,
super
Nick.
young quarterback. I mean, they're 4-2.
4-2.
And they have everything in front of him. He's coming off an injury, but obviously he's turning the ball over right
That's
now,
the other thing.
and it cost him some games against
On a
quality
bum knee.
opponents. Yeah, on a bum knee. Maybe he shouldn't be back yet.
maybe
Because
he's just
Malik
got a-
Willis was 2-0.
Maybe he's just got a whole bum body.
Maybe it's
He's
a system.
bum.
Maybe he's a system guy.
Oh,
Jordan Love?
System guy.
Malik Willis, 2-0.
Brother, I don't know. Those aren't system throws.
The throws to the
I'm a
other
bum
team
knee.
aren't system throws either. Oh!
No, I just hated how every single big media was already anointing this guy as this
big media.
So you don't think he's lived up to the
Big Me
offseason?
was pushing him.
We're big media.
Yeah, you calling us
I'm
fat?
talking big.
Is that a fat joke, Nick?
The national media.
He
was
looked
anointing-
directly at me and said, "Big media."
I hate when big media.
Big media.
I hate when they're
was all
wearing
over
their
the place.
stupid Lions hats and stupid Lions pullovers and Crocs.
Stupid beards.
Yeah.
Hey, no one had to know I was wearing Crocs, bro. Why
You wear Crocs
why you
every
bring my
day.
Crocs into this?
You gonna get snow boots for those Crocs?
Hey, they let me in the club with these Crocs. Is all I know, man.
They did.
That was
Shout out.
He was like, "It's slide season. It's all right."
Yeah, that's what happened.
He's like,
Which also doesn't translate to wearing Crocs at all.
I mean, people are gonna be leaving the game drunk, so.
Yeah, but who's wearing Crocs to the game other than your boy?
Dan Campbell.
I gotta get some. Yeah, Dan Campbell loves Crocs.
He does. He's a big Croc
His
guy.
Croc game's strong.
Yeah.
Big old Croc.
You should get little things for him.
What, like Dan Campbell,
pins?
The little pins. Yeah.
I'm too grown.
I'm gonna buy a dick
Shit
one
ton of
and put it in there when you're not paying attention.
How would I not be paying
You're
attention
gonna
to my
get home.
foot?
You're gonna get home. B's gonna be like, "Daddy, what's that?"
That's a rocket.
That's It's the meat missile, son.
That's the meat missile.
I know we're shitting on Jordan Love here, but another quarterback in the division, the rookie. Oh, God. It's all coming from a mile away. Spenny's
like a
farting in the
4.
microphone.
Disappointed.
Caleb Williams.
Why'd you mute it?
I didn't.
Oh,
I could hear it.
You said weak sauce.
Yeah. it was
Caleb
weak
Williams and the Bears, 4-2.
Brazilian fart.
Same record as the Green Bay Packers. Are you guys anointing Caleb Williams?
Like a Brazil.
The obvious future. Have you guys seen enough where you think he's
No,
going to be a
the Bears
quality
are
quarterback in
frauds.
Chicago?
Oh, I think he's gonna be good. Yeah. I mean, I always
This
thought
season.
Jaden Williams.
This season,
I mean, Caleb
Caleb.
Williams is gonna be good.
This season, do you think they're going to be good?
No.
As in make the playoffs?
No,
No.
the Bears are not making the playoffs. They're frauds.
Oh,
The combined win total of the 4 teams they beat is 4 wins. Like,
Yeah.
they're all bad teams. The Jags.
Well-
who else did they beat? All garbage teams. Actually, I'm about to pull it up right now.
Yeah, see who they beat, because I don't believe in them until they beat somebody of substance.
All right, they beat.
They beat the Eagles. Did they beat the Eagles?
They're playing the Commanders next. Rookie
They
on
killed
rookie.
the
gonna
Cardinals'
get
ass, wasn't it?
Spanked by
I
the
think that's
Durs,
America's
dude.
game of the week, actually.
Rookie on rookie
425
action.
start.
Little amateur.
They beat the Titans,
action.
which
Nothing
Caleb
wrong
Williams
with
is
that.
fucking horrible in. Bro, he didn't have his first touchdown
they got
pass until I
lucky.
think the Colts game. But yeah, they beat the Colts. They beat the Titans.
Caleb's finishing somewhere.
They beat the
Oh,
Rams
dude.
and Panthers and Jags.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying the Bears are legit.
I'm sorry, they didn't beat the Colts.
I think Caleb Williams will be a good ball player, but not this year. They're not making the playoffs.
Bro, I'm gonna correct myself real quick. They beat the Titans, Rams, Panthers, and Jags.
You heard that here first. Well, that'll do it for us today. Appreciate you tapping in. Smash that like
up.
button so
Me.
Easy can go to Brazil. For Easy, for Nick, for Chris, I am Spencer. We are the Heavyweights live from Motor City Casino tomorrow for the Michigan Sports Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Excuse me. Shout out Braylon again for being inducted into the Michigan Sports Hall of Fame. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Did you see the one when they got their first win? He was like, yes.